Whee! Okay, Smuzzy in the Dave Cave. I have made myself, look, a fudgy infinity wall because I'm trying to be. I got one of these. I got sent this. I wasn't expecting it. It's a piece of genuine beauty, and the artwork and the quality of the paint on this is just so out of this world. I just thought it deserved a proper review. So on the back, we've got Bulldog, Bulldog. On the sides, we've got Bulldog, 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 Bulldog. Okay, that's enough of that. I'm going to show you what's inside, and it's what's inside that's really going to hopefully knock your socks off. Now, the first thing I've got to say about this is packaging. You can tell Toy World and Zeta used to be bedfellows because look at this packaging. Look, although it's not worked properly first time because that's just how the world goes. But when you lift this top up, you get a nice big foam padded bit. And when you take the foam padded bit and take it away, you get this. Look! Look how nice this is. I've only opened it because I've got some of the stuff out from inside, but you get a wall for display purposes. It's a three-dimensional wall. On the inside, it's all washed and ready to rock and roll. And then as you can see, all the different stuff's in a different colour. And if I go up close like that, you could probably make quite a good foam background out of it. But this is fantastic. Whether you wanted to put it sort of flat that way or flat against the back like that, that is beautiful, absolutely beautiful. I might just leave that there because, no, I'm not. It's not going to work. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. It's very good. I'm taking it out of the way, which leaves us with knocking the microphone over because I'm using a separate microphone today because I'm going all out. It's still the same old rubbish, isn't it? Okay, so firstly, we've got a little tiny, look, that's just silly, isn't it? Look at the detail on that. Now, what that is, and I've been thinking about it quite hard. I'm actually leaning over the camera to have a look. But that's painted, okay? And then that's put on something that rotates really quickly with some brown ink on it. And as it spins like that really quickly and flicks off tiny little bits of paint, that's what lands on here to give you that really oldie-worldy look. Look at this. Look, it's like one of those old computer games that I don't know anything about because I don't play computer games, but kids these days will instantly look in that and tell me what computer game it's from. That is absolute. And again, look, can you see all different colour flecks of paint? That is speckled to within an inch of its life. That is literally just been dipped in a piece of paint and then rotated while a dozen of these were out and little tiny specks of paint have landed on it. That's how they've done it. It's very, very nice. Next on the list, which isn't going to be easy to dig out, there we go, is a head, because it's got a ball joint on the bottom here, look, which I'll show you shortly. Look at that. Again, that is super beautiful. And then you can take the hat. It's not a hat, it's a helmet. It annoys me. People at hockey call their helmets hats, and I don't like it. That goes on there with a little tab at the front. If you can see, there's a little notch there. And there's a little notch there, and one goes into the other. I'm not used to doing this with the camera like this. And look, he's a World War One scary military man that looked like he could be a bad guy off Doctor Who. How can you not love that? That really is the genuine pinnacle of detailing and sculpting and painting. That is A grade fantastic. Now, for the pièce de résistance, you lift this out. Look at the quality of this packaging. Look, that is just nothing's coming out of there. Nothing's breaking in transit. That is beautiful. And in the meantime, we have one World War One tank that I'm sure has a proper name if you were to look for it, but I don't know what it is. But look at how nice that is. Look, just E75 Bulldog. Again, that can't be tampoed on. That has to have been applied in a different method. But again, look, speckles. The whole thing is just is an olive green with just little brown speckles all over it. I did it to an X-Wing once, but it's a beautiful, beautiful paint job. If I go like that, there's no VHS. There is VHS, but I'll show you shortly. At the top, it's like this. And as you look, all right, yes, you've got these little divots here. You've got a couple of bits here, but as a whole, look, there's no join. There's no beginning and end to these tank tracks. They just go on and on and on. They hide the fact that there is a robot going on in here wonderfully, which is why I wanted to do this hands in front of the camera way of doing things. These, which everyone have said that they could be like a braking hazard, are on little tiny ball joints. So they will push up and down like that, which is great. And on the other side, like that, look. So, I mean, yes, all right, they are going to be a little bit scary, but they're not that bad. There's some forgiveness in them. But this turns into a robot man, which I'm dreading doing on camera. I don't know how these people do it like this, but it deserved that little bit of extra attention to show you how clever this is. Now, when you open this out of the box and you don't do the instructions because you're a stupid man, if you're not a man, I'm very apologetic for this. I'm only going from my perspective. However, if you are a Transformers collector of the ilk that I know, you will almost certainly want to do this without the instructions because that makes you a proper collector. And if you do that, fine. But when you do that, promise me you'll do this. Just doing that unlocks the entire transformation completely. So what you're going to do is take that, wiggle these bits apart at the front like that, and everything's going to start coming loose. Okay? What we're going to do is turn it over and take these and lift that up like that and that up like that. I don't want to show off the face too soon, so we're not going to concentrate on it, but we're just going to start pulling stuff left and right a little bit like that. Okay? Then we're going to take these side bits because you can see that everything's starting to come apart. Pull down. It's very scary. It makes a couple of clicky noises, but pull down anyway. Keep going. So that's down. Do the same for the other side. I'm just looking around the camera like that. Pull down like that. Okay? Easy stuff. Not so bad. What we're going to do is we're going to... Can you see there's these bits here? So we're going to take them and we're going to dig a nail underneath ever so gently. Where does it go? Where does it go? Yes, there it is. And we're going to... hook them up like that. One, and do that there like that, which is going to free everything up. Then we're going to rotate these side panels up and up. Oh, now, make toys. Tolerances. Can you see how much that plastic's bending? I don't think this is going to snap in a million years. I do think that this is going to want a few transformations just to break that paint up and that friction up just to get that going. But be careful. I don't think it's going to snap. Just be careful, okay? So what we're going to do is then take all of this stuff, pull it all apart a little bit, because if I pull that sideways, can you see it's all extending out, which gives me a little bit of room to wiggle. And then you're going to take these pieces here, fold it over like that. Do the same over here, fold it over like that. And then lift these forward and forward. So now we're starting to get hips. Then you're going to bring the whole leg piece forward. The whole leg piece forward like that. Now, clever stuff is starting to happen. These pieces here, get the daylight, we're going to lift that up so it's perpendicular. And then you can see, look, there's a slot there and a port there, so lift that up, rotate that over on the ball joint, press it in. So we'll do the same on the other side, lift that up, rotate it over in the ball joint, press that in on the other side. There we go. Okay, getting there slowly but surely. Right, so here is, you see this piece at the back here? You're going to put your thumb in there, rotate it down. So this piece here, we've moved that down. You're going to take that front piece, rotate it around. We're going to take this piece here, because you bend the whole leg, rotate that around, which is going to fill up the empty space, hook it over the top of that. That's going to make his toes. Then we're going to rock the whole thing forward on that hinge like that. Yes. And then you're going to take this piece and fold it out. Now this is particularly clever because you've got a little nub in there and you've got a hole in this piece here. So you're going to rotate that on the back. I thought that was going to make a heel spur. Doesn't make a heel spur. What you're going to do is take the hollow piece of this, hook it onto that little nubbin, and that actually gives you a super secure foot. Second verse, same as the first. Let's see if we can do it a little bit quicker. We're going to hook that down, rotate that round like that, we're going to bend that down, which is going to pop that piece up. You're going to rotate that around, push it over the toe. You're going to unhook that side piece, rotate everything round to the front, hook this out, rotate it round, press that on. Now we've got footsies, a pair of footsies, so you can see that these have become legs. Now these are a little bit strange. What you've got to do is rotate that down like that. You've got to rotate that down like that, which gives you a flat base. But with the angle of these back bits, the leg is always leaning forward. It doesn't really go back very far. The only way you can get away with that is to not have this done up. It's a bit of an odd one. We'll get there. I'll show you when he's like standing in robot mode, but overall we're going pretty nice. Now what we need to do is lift that up, get your nails under here, and this bit is scary because it plugs in tight, but pull that off because this back panel is going to come loose. It's just extraordinarily tight to the point where I'm pulling now. Can you see it starting to come loose there? So you still got to pull and pull and pull. There you go. So that's going to come loose. Let's move this flat and move this flat. I haven't done a transformation on screen for ages. There, that's made that flat. So now I can turn that around, fold that up, and then you take these bits here. So you're going to fold that, and just for an artistic design choice, you're going to fold those around like that just to make them look nice. Okay, so now when you look at him from the front, he's all backwards. So we're going to rotate that, bring the hip down, bring the hip down. So we're getting there. We're very nearly there. Look, nice, lovely jubbly. Okay, bring this back down because I haven't hooked it into place yet. This is where all the arms are folded up. So just move these down out of the way. Lift at the elbow joint there. If you just lift that, all the arm will start to lift up out of place. And if you do both of them at the same time, you can pull all of this out like so, and then unravel and straighten everything, including the wrists. I have popped a couple of ball joints on this. Don't panic, the ball joints will go back on fine. Open all of that up, lovely jubbly. Then when you do that, you're going to fold that all the way back because you see there's a little dip there. Fold that back, fold that up. Now if you get these shoulder pieces going straight up and make sure that they're nice, if you look at the slots there, bring them up. They will fit in the corresponding ports in the backlet. And now everything is in and tickety-boo and really set up lovely. So when you turn him around, you now have Bulldog all set up, ready to rock and roll. So let's just angle his arms to look nice. And the reason I wanted to do this video in this way is purely because of the paint on here is just extraordinary. You can do, if you want, I like these pointing up. You can bring them forward if you wish, like so. Just look at that. Look at those blue eyes catching that light. That is absolutely fantastic. I should have arranged some better lighting. I thought the light outside would be enough. It's not the end of the world. So, paintwork on here is just stone cold beautiful. The detail in the chest is, again, stone cold beautiful. All of this has that beautiful paint splattered. His crotch area, look, splattered and weathered. That's oil paint, that is just gone on over the top and let it dry. Same with this. This has all been dry brushed with a bronze over a brown just to make it look rusty and old. It's absolutely tremendous. Just to finish off the transformation, we're going to lift that up and over like that. Lift that up and over like that, okay? Which fills in the side gaps for his waist and everything is beautiful. Now, just going to stand him up. So we're going to realign the camera for a moment and let's see what I can do. Like that, like that. Now he does have this really odd leaning forward kind of stance like that. And no matter what I do, he's always like that. There's a hinge in here. Let's see if I can get some hinge in there. The hinge in there, and if you pull everything apart and get the maximum amount of extension, it does sort of work in the end. I think you have to chicken leg him to a degree because that's his knee, which means top of the leg, knee, ankle, but the ankle only comes forward, it doesn't go back. So if you want to stand him up, you have to kind of always have him in a sort of pseudo leaning forward pose just to make him look nice. But there we have, if I make him look up at you, Bulldog. I wish the camera was at a lower angle. I need to get a box to stand him on. However, that is just fantastic. And I just wanted to show all of you lot just how good a toy can be. I know I've banged on quite a lot about third-party stuff recently, and that G1 isn't my thing and this is it. And you do what you like, Sunshine, that's fine. But to me, this is absolutely the pinnacle of toy engineering at the moment. It's not super complicated to do. It's got, look, articulation wise, he will bend at the elbow. He will bend at that part of the elbow. So he's got all the swivels. You've got a ball joint there, so you can actually go up like that. He'll close all of his fingers at once, but he'll close the fingers and open them. No wrist swivel. And the shoulder will go like that in a ball joint, so it will go wherever you want it to do. Plus the shoulder itself goes up and down, so you can have him hunched up or you can have him down low. It's just madly good. It's insanely good. I had to do it this way. I don't like doing it this way, but I just had to do it this way. The other thing you can do is the head pops off, no trouble at all. Let's get that head in nice and close just to see how close I can get. Look. Those eyes just, they don't follow you around the room, but they are sort of there. They glisten. They really have good response. And then all you do is just find your alternate head like this, pop it onto the ball joint. The tolerance of this is beautiful, so you just push it on. I'm going to do the camera thing. 1, 2, 3. Push it on at the back. Lean it forward. It will just make a nice clunky little clink. And then there we have World War I, robot dementia. Last Night. Terrible film. Brilliant character. And we're going to get more. And I am absolutely, I know I've just had a little baby. I know I haven't got money coming out of my ears at the moment. But it's just so good. I mean, the scale's off. It doesn't really scale with anything else. There are loads of reasons why this isn't the best toy in the world, except for the fact that it's beautiful and the tolerances are fantastic and the paint's fantastic. And if you can forgive the fact that all of this stuff, if you can just buy a range of these and put them together, is just so good. Plus, my Emily has lots and lots of the MMC steampunk stuff. So the triplane seeker jets and the shockwave that's a boat. We've got loads of that gear, and this is going to look fantastic next to those toys. I can't wait to do a display. I can't wait for the Starscream that's coming. I love this. I'm very grateful for it. So Primetime Toys, if you're listening to this, I apologise for the last shot. I need to work out a better way of doing, but I just had to work it out. Bulldog, buy one. That's all there is to it. Just buy one. It's amazing. It's fantastic, and I couldn't love it any more. Thank you and goodbye. To sound like Ben's Collectibles.